Today, we're diving into the shadowy, fascinating world of dark psychology, the tactics people use to manipulate and control. It's a huge topic, and it's happening all around us, so let's get right into it. So, get this. One study suggests that a mind blowing 93% of all our communication is nonverbal. That's right, almost all of it. That leaves a massive playground for people who know how to use your tone, your body language, and your gestures to influence you without even saying a word. So that begs the question, right? Its words are just the tip of the iceberg. What's really being said underneath the surface? And more importantly, can you always trust the messages you're picking up? And listen, this isn't some rare, abstract idea. Some sources say we face more than 20 attempts at manipulation every single day. Just think about that. From the ads popping up on your phone to conversations with people you know, it's happening constantly. All of this brings us to our first section, the invisible war. Because that's what it is. And to protect yourself, you first have to understand the battlefield. And that battlefield, it's your own mind. So, what is dark psychology exactly? Well, it goes way beyond just persuading someone. It's a form of mental warfare. It's when someone takes your own emotions, your deepest fears, and your vulnerabilities, and they weaponize them against you, all to control your decisions and your thoughts, often without you having a clue it's even happening. To fight this war, manipulators don't just show up empty-handed. They have a specific set of tools they use. So let's open up that toolkit and expose some of the most common weapons they have, so you can spot them from a mile away. Okay, first up is a word I'm sure you've heard before, gaslighting. This is an incredibly powerful tactic. The entire goal is to make you doubt your own reality, your perceptions, your memories, even your own sanity. By doing this, the manipulator makes themselves the only person you feel you can trust for the truth. And it sounds so innocent, doesn't it? Simple little phrases like, oh, you're just overreacting, or you're not remembering that right. These are designed to make you second guess your own gut feelings, slowly chipping away at your self-trust. It's incredibly subtle, and that's what makes it so dangerous. Next in the toolkit, we have something called reciprocal concession. It's a pretty straightforward three-step play. First, someone does you a favor you didn't ask for. Maybe they buy you lunch. Then, a little later, they make a request. Because they just did something nice for you, you feel this little twinge of guilt, this sense of obligation, which makes it way harder to say no. And the toolkit doesn't stop there. Two more really common weapons are mirroring and false scarcity. Mirroring is when someone subtly copies you, your posture, your gestures, to build a fast, subconscious connection. It makes you feel like you're on the same wavelength, so you let your guard down. Then you've got false scarcity. You've seen this a million times with limited time offers. It's all about creating fake urgency to rush you into a decision before your logical brain can kick in. Okay, so we've looked at the weapons. Now let's turn the spotlight back on you. How can you tell if these tools are actually being used against you? It's time to learn how to spot the red flags. So yeah, how do you tell if you're being manipulated? It's tricky because these techniques are meant to be invisible. They don't always show up as facts you can point to. A lot of the time, they start as just a feeling. So you need to start paying attention to these internal warning signs. Are you feeling constant self-doubt lately? Or this weird, unexplained guilt or anxiety that just kind of hangs around? Do you feel like you can't make your own decisions anymore? Oh, and here's a big one. Someone you just met starts sharing their deepest secrets. That's often a shortcut to create a false sense of intimacy and get you to trust them way too quickly. Recognizing the attack is half the battle. That's a huge step. But now we've got to arm you for the other half. It's time to talk about proactive strategies for self-defense. It's time to build your mental shield. You know, there is a world of difference between a manipulated state and an aware one. When you're in a manipulated state, you ignore your instincts. You compromise on things you believe in. But in an aware state, you trust your intuition, you set firm boundaries that no one can cross, and you stay in the driver's seat of your own life. That aware state, that's the goal. So how do we build this shield? It really comes down to a few key things. First, develop your self-awareness. Actually listen to what your emotions are telling you. Second, set firm boundaries. Know what you value and refuse to compromise on it no matter the pressure. Third, remember that knowledge is power. Just by learning about these techniques, you're already making yourself a harder target. And finally, always, always trust your intuition. If a situation feels wrong, it probably is. As we start to wrap this up, it is so important to recognize that learning about dark psychology, it's like being handed a double-edged sword. This is powerful knowledge, and with that power comes a very real responsibility. Ultimately, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Your mind is your greatest strength. The point of understanding all this isn't to learn how to manipulate others. It's to empower yourself, to make yourself immune, so that no one can ever control you. We've gone through the